This video is going to talk about how to solve a multivariable equation, i.e. solving formulas. So multivariable means more than one. When solving, you're still going to solve for one variable. In other words, you need to still isolate that variable, get it by itself, okay? Remember our key principles of solving equations. Order of operations in reverse. You use the inverse operation, so to undo addition, you use subtraction. Undo subtraction with addition. Undo multiplication with division, and undo division with multiplication, so on and so forth. And then balance the scale. Whatever you do to one side, you do to the other. So this is the formula for force. Force equals mass times acceleration. I am going to solve this formula for m. I'm going to solve for mass. What that means is I have to get m by itself. Okay, so if you're someone who draws the balance scale, you can do that because it's that same concept. Now, if I want to get m by itself, I have to get rid of the a. I need to undo the multiplication of the a. Inverse operation is division. So I will divide by a. That will cancel and give me the m all by itself like I wanted. Remember the other rule of balancing the scale. I also need to divide that side by a. Now, I can't do a mathematical division like I could if it was 6 divided by 3, but this is f divided by a. Force divided by acceleration, and I'm done. So even though my answer isn't a hard, concrete number, the process for solving is exactly the same as it always has been. Use the inverse operation, balance the scale. There's more than one operation. You do order of operations in reverse. Another one that you may see. X plus y equals 4. We are going to solve for y. What that means, we have to isolate y and get it by itself. Right now, what is over here with y is the addition of x. So I need to use the inverse operation of addition, which is subtraction. So I will subtract x. That zeros and leaves me with y. Whatever you do to one side, you do to the other, so I subtract x over here. Now, these are not like terms. I cannot physically take 4 minus x, so I just have to write 4 minus x. So y is equal to 4 minus x. Now, you will have some that are more than one step. They are, in fact, 2-step. So an example of that could be 2x plus 3y equals 6. And again, we will solve for y. So this is a 2-step because I need to isolate y, which means I need to get rid of this addition and then this multiplication. So undo the addition of 2x and the multiplication of 3. So order of operations in reverse, I undo the addition first with subtraction. So I will subtract 2x, balance my scale. Again, that will zero all of that out, so I'm left with 3y. Again, over here, these are not like terms. I cannot take 6 minus 2 and call it 4. So I need to just write 6 minus 2x. Now, undo multiplication with division. I will divide by 3. That cancels. Now, in the last unit, we talked about the distributive property with addition. I need to distribute the division of 3. I first take 6 divided by 3, which is 2. Drop the subtraction sign. And then it's 2x over 3, which would be a decimal, so I'm going to leave it as a fraction, and that is just 2/3 x, or 2x over 3 would be the same thing. And that would be the final answer. One more, just to give you one more example. Remember, order of operations in reverse, inverse operation, balance the scale. You can do that in any equation, even ones with multiple variables. So, formula for area of a triangle is 1/2 base times height. We are going to solve for the height. So, if you want to draw the balance scale, you can. Now this, again, we're isolating for h. This is all multiplication. I could get rid of it in one step and divide by 1/2 b, but I'm going to do it in 2 steps. Mainly because this is a 1/2. So instead of division to undo this multiplication, I'm going to multiply by the reciprocal because the reciprocal of 1/2 is 2. And multiplying by 2 is easier than dividing by 1/2. So I'm going to multiply by the reciprocal of 2 and balance the scale. That cancels that. I'm left with BH equals 2A. A times 2 is 2A. Now, I'm still isolating for H, so I need to get rid of the B. I will divide by B. Those cancel. I'm left with H equals 2A over B, and that would be the final answer. So again, solving with multivariables, solving formulas is exactly the same solving you've been doing for a couple years now. Use the inverse, balance the scale, order of operations in reverse.